Hello, my name is Jennifer, and in this video, I'm going to be updating my poinsettia for Christmas this year. I've got some 90-gram crepe paper here and some 180-gram crepe paper. The project I'm doing today, I'm going to be using the 90-gram crepe paper, but the previous poinsettia I created was made from 180, so any weight between 90 and 180 will work just fine. And one of the reasons I'm using the 90 is because the color is a little bit more vibrant than the 180. So we're gonna get started here. We're gonna just need some basic tools, lots of tacky glue, a little bit of hot glue, your scissors, and a little bit of paper towel for your centers. You'll also need some light gauge wire. I'm going to be using light gauge wire for the centers as well as the leaves, and then I'm going to pull out a heavy gauge to attach my centers and the leaves. Now, with the centers, you do not have to make the centers the same way I do. You can actually use small Christmas baubles or glitter balls or something like that for your centers and really kind of dress it up for the season. It's really up to you on how you want to move forward with this project. So throughout the video, I'm going to be throwing on some music. I'll come back a few times for a little bit of narrating. I've made a mistake a little further on in the video. I will come back and talk about that, kind of it's a what not to do. So for now, I'll throw on some music and we'll touch base in a little bit. So now that the centers are done, I've got a template here and you're welcome to use it. It just is more of a guide for me. It's a guide to cut your crepe paper as well as a guide for your leaves. Now, poinsettia leaves are approximately 7 to 16 centimeters or about 3 to 6 inches in size. So what I'm doing here is you cut the squares, and I've actually got like a guillotine cutter. It's quite small, and I prefer to use that over scissors because if I use scissors, I never have a straight cut. I don't know why, but it never works. And I cannot stand my cut not being straight when I create my leaf. So I've got a guillotine here, and of course you can just use scissors. Again, whatever suits your mood. So to create the leaves, you want to cut down your square, or even if it's rectangle, that's fine. It does not have to be an exact square. You want to cut the crepe paper from corner to corner like you saw me do here. Because what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that the grain goes up and out. So you can see my one square here, the grain goes one way. When I take one side, one triangle, flip it over, put it together, now the grain goes up and out on both sides from the center. And this is what I'm looking for to create my leaves. It gives it that dimension. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some glue, I'm going to add my stem, put those two triangles together, and that's going to create my leaf. Okay, so remember when I said earlier I made a boo-boo? So as you can see, I flip my triangle over, everything looks good, and for some reason I turn it around. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm not too sure where my head was at during this, but I move forward and I actually do this to 2 leaves. I even cut them out. And you'll see when I go to mold my leaves that that's actually when I notice that the grain is pointing down and out and not up and out from my stem. All right, now that everything is done, it's time to put my stems together. Again, I'm making 2 stems, approximately, I would say 5 to 9 centers. I kind of wish I would have done a little less. I feel like it's a little much. It's a little heavy in the center, but still looks beautiful in the end. Now I'm going to start adding the red leaves, and you want to start with the smallest ones first. And you'll also notice I'm leaving about 1/2 inch to 1 inch of stem. So I'm able to move these leaves up, down, and a little bit to the side as I mold that stem. And as I do each layer of leaves, I move down, I would say probably about 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch all the way down. And again, leaving a little bit of that stem on the leaf open, so not covering it with my wrap, just because that allows me to move that leaf around and again mold my project to what I want it to look like. All right, so that's it. I've got my stems together. They're ready to go. And once everything's put together, you can move those leaves around to give it the look you're looking for. And all I need to do is put them in my beautiful Christmas vase and add it as a wonderful centerpiece to my dining room table. Thank you so much for sticking it out with me on this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you at the next one.